Our next way to work on breaking our opponent's lock, and again, this can be on a high crotch or a single, it doesn't really matter. We're just focusing on breaking the lock right now, not necessarily a specific defense to a high crotch or a single, just focusing on breaking the lock and just giving you some options on how we can do that. So for this one, Tony will start in on a high crotch, just so we mix it up because we did a single leg last time. For this one, if you remember before, we just said we could sag our hips, which is sometimes the case where I'm able to get my hips back and we're able to cause him to break his lock. Sometimes I can't do that, and it might be because he's just locked really tight and kind of pulling my knee in, and maybe I got too high in my sprawl where I'm just not able to quite just slide down by sagging. The next step we can do here is we can use our hands and make two L shapes here with our hands, two little claws. And I'm just going to post right in front of his knees. So for Tony to improve his position, he's got to get his knees in, his hips under him, his head up and chest straight to try to regain his position. So for me, if I want to get my hips down and into him and keep him extended, I have to block his knees from coming forward. This isn't always the easiest thing to do here if a guy's got really strong legs, but if we can just stop him a little bit, it makes it a lot easier. And I'm kind of pushing off of his legs to help extend. And so I'm not basically using gravity to get my hips back. I'm using the pressure for me pushing on his hips to sag my hips down. And if he's able to hold on still, which, yeah, even if I sag down, we're just going to do what we did on the first technique, and we're going to turn the opposite hip down, lift this one up. So we can kind of combine these two ways to break the lock. If we're able to just push off of his thighs and get him to break the lock there, that's great. But sometimes he might still be able to hold on. Again, guys that have longer arms, guys that have more flexible shoulders, we might have to go into turning that hip. All right, so try to put him this side, or straight on probably. So again, if he's in good position here, I'm not going to be able to just kind of stop me from being able to get my hip back. From here, I'm not going to be able to just sag a lot of the times if he's got a really good shot on me here. So taking my hands right above his thighs, and I'm pushing myself back, push myself back, get as heavy as I can. If he's still able to hold on here, bringing this hip down, opposite hip up, and we get him to break that lock. And then we can look to work on our work to get to our score there. So really the only thing we're adding here is the fact that you realize I can't sag my hips back. I'm trying. Maybe he's just got a great grip. So we're adding just these two blocks right at the bottom of his legs, and we're pushing. We're not just blocking him from moving forward, we're pushing ourselves down and back to give us a little bit more strength to be able to get those hips down. And then again, if he stays locked, we can turn the opposite hip in, lift the other one up, to get his arms to go up behind his head, and that should get us free of his lock there.